here with your free live show. Of course, we're live 7 days a week, 365 days in a year. Of course, I'm having a little trouble sitting in my chair after that Georgia-Alabama second half. Man, was that a beatdown. Sometimes you're dead on, and sometimes you're just dead wrong. And I was just talking to Rod, before the show, and I was saying, as soon as they called pass interference on Georgia in the end zone, my camera or my capture card, what I'll do is I'll throw it to the guys, and I'll go around and I'll try something different with my camera and see if we can get it to work. But this has been going on for a few days now, and I've tried 2 different capture cards. I know you guys don't care about that because we have NFL Week 6. We also have the National League Championship Series Game 7. Both series go to 7 games. How cool is that? That means they got it right. If the series goes seven games, they got it right. The 2 best teams are there. And that's exactly what they did. But anyways, we got a lot of picks to go over today. Of course, we've got NFL Week 6 and the National League Championship Series, Game 7. We have all that. And we will cover it in detail. But, all right. Well, we will bring in the guys and see what they have to say for themselves this morning. I always have to mute them out before the show because we always have we're always talking and then we don't know when to stop. So, morning, Brian.
Good morning.
Chris.
Morning.
Rod.
Morning.
Of course, my biggest question for Rod this morning is what takes longer in as far as time goes? Would it be the third quarter of Georgia State, Arkansas State, or a Grateful Dead song?
The Georgia State, Arkansas game.
It's still going.
It's still going.
I think Arkansas State just scored. Speaking of scoring, Brian, I think Clemson just scored another touchdown. I don't know what's going on in that one. Man, there was some crazy stuff yesterday in college football, and it's kind of like I had a winning day, and I still feel like I lost. It was one of those days where it was like all day long I was doing great, and then the night games, I mean, we all had Florida State on the show, right? We all picked Florida State.
Right? That was a consensus yesterday.
Yeah, and I didn't give it out as a premium pick. And I think I'd given it out in the parlay or something. No, I gave out Georgia Southern, which I said I loved, right, on the show. And I didn't give that as a premium pick either.
We had Wake as a consensus. Also Wake Forest. They won outright, I believe.
Yeah, clobbered them.
Yep.
They were up gigantic, gave up the lead, or gave it up to being tied, and then clobbered them in the second half like it was the first half all over again.
We all had over in the Georgia-Alabama game, as we all agreed. I think we all agreed on that one, over Georgia-Alabama.
Yep.
So, I mean, 2 and 3 for me. I'm majorly disappointed in myself, but Virginia Tech came through, but Georgia looked like crap. Just one of those weeks. I'm ready to turn the page, and I feel like NFL is going to start coming the other way. So
I wouldn't say Georgia looked like crap.
Well, in the third quarter, they just the refs helped them out, but
Saban went and made a little donation, I think, at halftime.
Yeah, I got beaten down on halftime, and I made it public because I decided to go live at halftime and let everybody know how bad my picks were going to be.
I wish you could challenge pass interference once a game or something like that.
Well, you used to be able to, but they never overturn it. It's hard to it was ridiculous, is what it was. It was a ridiculous ticky-tack call that we did not see going, both ways. We saw holding on receivers, not called both ways. And this is all part of football. It doesn't matter if a game is fixed or if one of the teams getting favorable calls. The idea is to be on the team that's fixed for it and getting the favorable calls, like BYU, right? Anyway, speaking of BYU, let's get into today's action. BYU. Brian, what do you got? What do you got in store for our premium members?
I'll tell you what, guys. NFL has been pretty public-oriented the first couple of weeks. Public sides have been cash, and I feel like it's going to totally turn the other way this week. I have 5 plays, and I'm actually doing 2 of those are totals this week. I'm diving into the totals. So you get all 5 of my plays for $50 at pickdogs.com. Also, included in that 5-pack, my NFL game of the month, my biggest NFL bet this season. I'm going big. Join me.
Join them. Chris.
And college was a little bit rough for me yesterday, too. But it's like we say, we only look forward, we don't look backwards. I'm really liking today's NFL card. I got a little bit of something for everybody. Got another lunch rush if you're only interested in the 1 o'clock games. Got a 3 snack pack if you're going for the midday card. I have my top play in the Sunday night game, or I have everything as part of my stacked Sunday 7-pack over at the website, $39.95. Can't go wrong.
Rod, what do you got going on?
For me, I've got Rod's Spectacular Sunday. I've got 7 plays. I've got 5 games, 5 early games, the Sunday nighter and the baseball game. Loving this NFL card. Continue our good week.
I got an early 3-pack. I got a late 3-pack in the NFL. That's all I got going on today so far. If you like inverse line movement, and that's a thing for you, today's the day. We're going to test this inverse line movement. Will be tested. This sharps versus squares will be tested today in the NFL because there has been after the first, Brian is right. It's been very, very square in public the first 5 weeks. I've been on both sides of it. You know, I've taken some of the squarest plays out there. I've taken some of the sharpest plays out there. I've won and lost on both. It's like if you've walked the line like I did, you're either barely ahead, like I am. I'm up like a 200 units or something, or you're barely behind. You know, it's like if you've kind of walked that line and kind of just gone off your handicapping, straight up your handicapping, not looking at the sharps and squares thing. Which I generally do anyway, right? I mean, I generally do that anyway. But it's, some people, it's, like Brian is more, it has
I went too far last.
It has to fit the model. It has to fit the model. Right. I mean, admitting you have a problem is the first step in recovery, Brian.
Because last week, I remember, I think I had the Redskins, the Jets, and I took all the total shit teams last week. So.
Yeah. I mean, there's no shittier team than the Jets.
Well, they'll have. Well,
I appreciate all the comments on my Jets Dolphins video as well that I gave out on the Pick Dogs channel on YouTube. Yeah, and I speak for all Dolphin fans on that one. Trust me. You got a head coach that thinks that they're going to win football games with Brock Osweiler and Jay Cutler as your quarterbacks. This guy's an asshole. You try and push that shit off on us. You watch the reception he's going to get in Miami today. It's kind of like when you have a college football team that kind of sets it down for the alumni, where it's like this one's for like what TCU does to Texas every year, right? It's like this one's for the alumni. It was kind of nice not having Texas or Oklahoma on the schedule yesterday, wasn't it? It's kind of like we didn't even miss them at all, right? No. It was like
I looked at.
It's like a lot of people now that I'm saying that are probably this is the first time they realized. It's like, yeah, no Texas, no Oklahoma, no TCU, no Iowa State, no Texas Tech, nothing. None of those teams played yesterday. No Florida, no LSU.
Mississippi State, looking like Mississippi State.
Arkansas with the big win.
Arkansas looked real good again.
I had a premium in on the Hogs.
Nice.
Anyways, speaking of really good NFL teams, we got the Jaguars against the Lions, Brian.
Well, I don't know how you can lay points on the road with the Lions. I mean, they've shot me in the foot a couple times this season. I think the Jags, I know they lost a couple games in a row now, but I think they're scrappy. And at home, I'm going to take them plus the points here. I think Jags get the outright win, but for safety purposes, take the points.
Chris, scrappy, or do you take the S out on there for Brian's description of the Jaguars there?
I took the S and I threw it out the window. This is a terrible team. I mean, you could see it last week when they were playing the Texans, and the receivers were just throwing their hands up, disappointed when Gardner Minshew missed them wide open downfield. Say what you want about the Lions, but at least they have an offense that's somewhat consistent. And this is a defensive head coach. I think the defense is going to step up at some point. I'll lay the points with the Lions on the road.
Rod?
Ooh, what a lovely game. Ooh-wee. For me, and that's what I'm going to take the Lions as well. Give me the Lions over the Jags. The Jags are just garbage. I'm not going anywhere near the Jags. Yes, they won their first game, and what have they done since? A whole lot of nothing. Take Detroit.
Yeah, the Jaguars are an organization kind of run amok here, and I think that they have some serious issues. And, kind of like the Giants, it all goes back to the NFL draft and some of the decisions that they make. They had Byron Leftwich was their quarterback for years, and Mark Brunell before that. And Leftwich is now the offensive coordinator of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, working with Tom Brady, which probably makes him an NFL head coaching candidate in the somewhat near future. But, all that aside, let's look at the Jags quarterback since then. I don't have the Ruffalo stat sheet with me, but I can tell you that, Blake Bortles was one of them, and that Blaine Gabbert was one of them, and now Gardner Minshew is one of them too, and none of those guys can play worth a shit, okay? We're not even going to sugarcoat it and say worth a lick or anything like that. They can't play worth a shit, any of those guys. And while Matthew Stafford is the most overpaid quarterback in the NFL, well, him and Ryan, right? They're buddies and they're both overpaid. The Lions at least look like they have had a pulse, They won in Arizona, and I think if you can win in Arizona, and contain Kyler Murray, I think you're not going to have a problem containing Minshew. And I think the Jags
numbers aren't that bad though. Minshew.
Yeah, because he's the king. Because they're always behind, so he's the king of garbage time. Garbage time. It should be X stats. Should be X garbage time. And it's like that's if you're playing from behind, and they're playing in a soft zone. Obviously, your completion percentage and numbers should be a lot higher. Does that make Jake Plummer one of the best quarterbacks of all time because he has those kind of numbers? It certainly doesn't.
How often were the Lions playing from behind this season? I mean,
well, no, I'm not saying the Lions don't stink. Believe me, no one. You want to sit here and bash the Lions? I got time. I'm not the one. I mean, it's our viewers and listeners that need to head to the betting window, right? It's like
this isn't a game I would run the bet, but I don't know. I personally think the Jags get it done, but
no, they don't.
I don't. Yeah,
They don't get it done.
I'm against the world today. Everybody's laughing at me.
No, I'm not laughing at. I'm not. This is not a laughing at you game. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and laugh at anyone when I got to sit here and take the Lions. Believe me, This is not one of my proudest moments on YouTube. I take the Detroit Lions. It's like I'm far from proud of having to say those words. I thought Matt Patricia would be the first coach gone this season, but I think they're into him for a lot of money, so they're gonna have to ride this thing out to the end. Speaking of riding it to the end, Denver Broncos are in town for the Patriots. COVID Cam is back on the field, right, for the Patriots in this one. You got Drew Lock back for the Broncos. Broncos always play these close games, right? This thing's down from 9 to 7.5. You got the inverse line movement. Of the inverse line movement games, which there's a lot of them today, I think this is the one that I like the best. I think the Broncos can get it done here with Drew Lock in there. I think they keep it close. I think this is a 5-point game.
I mean, I kind of like Drew Lock. I mean, he hasn't really proven himself yet, but I just like the cut of his. I just like the way that the Broncos look when he's in the lineup. I think you're going to see an improved offense today, even with just having Phillip Lindsay at running back. And the Patriots with Cam Newton, how much has he practiced over his COVID break? I don't know. I'm not sold on the Patriots this season. Give me the over here. I think enough points get put on the board to set it over the total.
So you like them, like you like them, like you have a picture of an autograph they kind of look at and stuff, or you like the way they look. You like the way they look.
I think he's a guy that could potentially be maybe an NFL All-Pro. I don't know.
I really wanted the Dolphins to take him when he was available in the draft. I was way high on him. Chris, what do you think?
Maybe it's a bit of a fan pick, but I'm still going to stick with New England here. I see Noah Fant.
Anyways, Rod, so no, I'm sorry. I'm joking. People are going to cut Chris off.
I'm used to it.
Mitch is always cutting us off. Damn it.
What we'll do is we'll turn my mic volume down. It's like I have the best microphone of everybody. That's the difference here. You know. Chris, go ahead.
I was going to say, it doesn't bother me if I get cut off. I'm just like, okay, well, I did my job. I gave my pick, so I'm good. No, I just think I saw Noah Fant's out. I think Melvin Gordon's out as well. It's a big part of the Bronco offense. And, if Drew Lock's back, I just have a hard time seeing who else he's going to throw to. And I think Cam Newton's going to bring a lift back to New England. So give me the Patriots here.
Find someone that would leave a comment the day after a game. Of course, not mentioning the hundreds of winners that we gave out, right? Let's just pinpoint the one loser that you gave. Easy target here, because I give out a lot of losers, because I give out a lot of picks, right? So there's plenty of losers for you to choose from. So if you want to just point out my losers, we could do a whole show on that. We could start in 2007. When I started the website. I took Miami against the Gators that year.
I'm feeling kind of sick that
Not my best decision. My first video I ever did on the site, I took Illinois to beat Missouri, and Chase Daniel beat me. I had Juice Williams was the quarterback at Illinois that year. Mitch's spotlight game. Rod, what do you think?
I think both these teams have, with the COVID, they haven't played so much. It's going to be slow, and I think you're going to see a run, grind the clock, low-scoring game. Give me the under 44.5. I see this as like a 21-14 at the most.
Yeah, I could see 24-18 in this one too. I could see like that sort of game. I'm with you. I like the Broncos and the points.
Yeah, I would take the Broncos and the points and the under, because I think it's close. Definitely not a shootout in this game.
There we go. This guy says, I'm fucking up his picks. Wow, that was cold.
Well, he's got a 10-game parlay with Ravens.
Yeah, that's why. So yeah, so we only gave that one loss. We gave him. He's all like upset about because he only went 9-1, right?
He's got a $10 parlay. He messed it up.
Max Driesbach, Alabama, easy. Yeah, that's why they were losing at halftime. And I love betting the games after they're over. I'll never lose those. You know what it takes to pick games after they're over? Real balls. It takes real guts. Put yourself out there like that. Anyways, I did say I love Georgia Southern yesterday. No one even said anything. Usually they used to always say, when Mitch says he loves it. Speaking of Panthers, Bears, Brian got Coach Rule's doing a nice job there. Carolina's got a winning record now. Imagine if they beat the Raiders in Week 1, they'd be 4-1. The game that really they should have won. The Bears are 4-1, and really no one really gives them credit. And this is the Bears. This is the way the Bears are. It like looks ugly, and then all of a sudden you look up and they're 11-3. I mean, I've seen this before. What do you think?
I think the Bears are the worst 4-1 team in the league, but I think they got this game today at the Panthers. Panthers are an up-and-coming team. I think they're still a little bit a ways away. I think the Bears' defense is going to be a little bit too much for Bridgewater today. I'm I'll take the Bears plus that 1.5.
Yeah, I did give out the Tampa Bay Rays yesterday. This is the first I'm hearing from anyone, but I think everyone else here was on the Astros.
Yep.
I had Mississippi State. I had that one too. Not a premium, but I had it. I mean, you give a pick in every game, you're gonna have you're gonna have a boatload of losers here to talk about, and
it's hard to care about baseball when you got college football.
Yeah, I mean, we all picked. I had North Texas, right? They won.
Can't take that over. It was like way over. I think it was over by half. It was like, holy crap! Look how many points they're scoring.
It's like no one ever says, "Nice call in the North Texas game."
Green.
Yeah, it was a clash. Blue Raiders, mean green.
I think 3 out of 4 of us had North Texas.
Ruflo's wearing his green and blue shirt. He couldn't decide. It's right down the middle. What do you think, Chris? Bears and Panthers. You seem really up today, upbeat. He's always way more upbeat for the drive-through. It's like he comes here, he's like he sleeps through the show.
I think he likes Tony T.
And maybe he does have a thing for Tony.
Tony's a good guy.
Tony's a good guy, but I'm
very likable.
It's where my heart will always be.
He's always like, Tony, I made you a tray of cheese puffs for the show.
they all got lactose in them. Give me the Bears here. I usually like Teddy Bridgewater getting points, but like Brian said, against that Bears defense, I think Teddy might be a little bit of trouble here. So give me Chicago.
Another person that wants to get banned.
Me?
No, Ryan Fan.
I wonder what's the chance of seeing Mitchell Trubisky by halftime in this game. They pull Foles.
I don't know.
That'd be funny. I think there'd be a revolt if that happened, I think.
Rod, what do you think? Waiting for you.
For me in this game, Panthers, they started off the year, lost their first couple. Now they've won 3 straight. And the Bears on the road, I'm not taking no Bears on the road. Give me the Panthers here at home. I like the way they're looking. They come out and get the win. Panthers at home.
I think they play better without McCaffrey for some reason.
I know. They're looking good.
Chris, scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate Tim Hortons? Question for
I answered that down the road. It's an 8 out of 10 considering I'm not a coffee drinker, but the donuts are good.
No.
Timbits are good.
If you want to go Tim Hortons before Burger King bought them out, then I'll give them an 8, a 9, and a 10. If you want to go Tim Hortons now after Burger King bought them out, gross. Stay far away. I'll give them a 2 if they're lucky.
Why is that? Why is that?
Yeah, the coffee's changed. The coffee's changed. It's definitely not the same coffee anymore. All the donuts come in frozen.
What do you mean they come in frozen? Rod's frozen. He said frozen. Let it go. Let it go. The cold doesn't bother me anymore.
Tim Hortons pulled the plug on him.
Well, our sponsorship with Burger King just fell through.
Why go live if you ain't saying picks? I don't know. Because I feel like it. It's because it's my show. Because it's our show. I don't know. No one's forcing you to be here. Wow. Jerk. A lot of jerks out there, right? It's like we had a long discussion, Brian and I, this morning, and he's talking about like things that are broken or stuff like that, and it's just like I'm like I say, is there any more coffee? I get fired from a job. It's like people take my tone. It's like I say something, you ain't Brian. It's like, I just try and make everything better. Maybe I'm not good at doing that. I like the Bears. Steelers against the Browns. This line, inverse line movement. Steelers Steelers -5 down to Steelers -3. I've seen vulnerability, and people say, "Oh, Roethlisberger's this and this and this." I'm a game watcher, and I've seen vulnerability on this Steelers team. But, and the big but here, which you can't handicap, okay? And you can't look at line movement, and you can't look at anything else. The shit calls always happen at Heinz Field, and they always go in favor of the Steelers. And there's always a series of them that makes it an avalanche of points and turns a close game into an ugly one, kind of like what we saw last night in Alabama. And, it's not like we've never seen these before, where all of a sudden it's just a flag fest, I mean, the Duke-NC State game, the first half of the Duke-NC State, I mean, come on, right? It's like they called everything against NC State. It was 11 penalties to 1 in the first half of that NC State Duke. I bet the second half so big on that NC State game. Totally bailed me out.
They're lucky they stopped them at the 1 yard line in that second half, or that would have been totally different.
Oh, that wasn't luck. They did that all game long. Every time it was 3rd and 4th and short, they lost 5-6 yards. NC State.
If you can't score from the 1 yard line, then you're.
Well, they couldn't get the 1 yard many times in that game. NC State dominated that game. Dominated from start to finish. The fact that they were still in the game after giving up all those penalties in the first half was unbelievable. You give up over 100 yards in penalties, and the other team has 5 yards in penalties, and you're only down by a field goal or 6 points, which there was a field goal, then it became 6 because of penalties. It moved them down the field. You're only down by 6 points. You've dominated them, and that is exactly what that was. It was just pure. Duke couldn't get a punt off without NC State, getting a penalty on them and giving Duke a first down. They just couldn't do it. Every penalty was on 3rd and 4th down. It was crazy. But we see the avalanche of flags in Steeler country all the time. And it's a scary thing. But we know that Ben Roethlisberger isn't the same guy that he was. We know that Myles Garrett has emerged as one of the top 2 or 3 best pass rushers in the entire NFL. And, definitely fulfilling the promise of a number 1 overall. Who would you rather have as a number 1 overall, him or some of these other guys that have been taken, right? I mean, seriously.
Who are the Steelers even beating this season?
They beat the Eagles.
Team. Yeah. Oh, well, anybody can beat the Eagles. That's
not the Bengals. The Bengals didn't, and neither did the 49ers.
The Texans, they're probably the best team that they beat. Anyway, in this game, this has sucker written all over it as far as I can tell. I think this is the best free play I'm going to give out here. Cleveland Browns, I think they figure out their offense. It's run the ball, pound the ball. So I'm looking for the Browns to win this game outright, but I'll gladly take those 3 points. I think this is a layup. Take Cleveland.
It's the combination of the Cleveland offensive line and the running game have made Baker Mayfield a better quarterback. There's no doubt about it. He's way better now that he's got a running game and an offensive line.
Garrett's going to play with his head on fire today. He's going to be going after that quarterback.
Well, yeah, but the Steelers have a pretty good pass rush too, and this guy's kind of an idiot when the rush is in his face. He is one of the worst quarterbacks under pressure of any quarterback in the NFL. He's the worst, right? He's the worst. He makes the worst decisions when he's under pressure. Chris, speaking of bad decisions, what do you like here?
I hope this isn't a bad one I'm about to make, but I'm going to take the Browns as well. I stuck with them earlier in the week. I think you're starting to see Baker Mayfield turn a little bit of a corner. He's starting to hit wide open receivers, and I just think that this is the best chance the Browns are going to have for some time to get one over on the Steelers, who have owned this series. So give me the Browns.
Rod?
For me in this game here, I'm going to take the Steelers -3, and then I really like the over in this game. Give me the Steelers and the over. But I like the over more than anything. I think we easily get over this number. Both teams are going to score enough points to get over the 50.5.
So here's a question that one of our readers wrote. What a joke! What happened to the free? Anyone know what that means? Anyone have any clue what that means?
What happened to the free?
What
that
free?
That was when we were talking about we were about to start the show, and then we threw to just the premium plug at the beginning before we gave out all the picks, and then
I'm that far behind on the comments.
Yeah, because I saw that too, but I was like, I'm not going to respond.
I just responded. I'm running late. Sorry, guys. Well, I'm not sorry, really. I just said that. I just threw it out there. Not sorry at all, to be honest with you. I don't know, man. This is a tough one for me. This is a tough one. I just going to go with the over. I can make a case both ways, but what I'm always afraid of in Pittsburgh is the avalanche of flags. Vikings against the Falcons. Vikings opened as a -3. The line moved up significantly. Then it moved down when Dalvin Cook was announced that he was out, and that was about a 2-point line move on Dalvin Cook being out. That's where the line move happened in this one. It wasn't betting and all that other stuff. It was just Dalvin Cook was in it. So the line was switched. But now it's 3.5, if that's what I'm showing. Brian, what do you think?
This is the only game that I'm not touching at all, not betting, but if I had to, I'd go square here and take the Vikings. Falcons to me don't look like a team I want to be back, and they're horrible. I'll take the Vikings here at home. I think they crushed the Falcons.
Chris?
Yeah, I'll lay the 3.5 with the Vikings as well. I just think that if you're the Falcons, giving the reins to Raheem Morris, this defensive guy, isn't necessarily going to be a thing that fixes your problems. And there's a lot going on with this Falcons team, I think, that we don't necessarily see on the surface, besides being a bad football team. So I'll lay the points in Minnesota here.
I probably hate Saban more, but I respect him a lot more than I respect Gase. And I'm really glad that Nick Saban, not just, those national championships and all those wins and, win last night over Georgia, he's also found the cure for COVID, and that is to schedule Georgia on your schedule. If you schedule Georgia on your schedule, then you can cure COVID, right? So thank you, Nick, for solving this pandemic.
Nick Saban World Tour.
We appreciate it. No, everyone's just, if you schedule Georgia, it cures COVID.
Well, maybe he had a false positive. I mean, it wasn't really positive.
Yeah, okay. Or maybe it was the Georgia game. I don't know. Screw everything else, man. It's Georgia. Rod?
For me in this game here, I'm going to take the over. Give me the over 52.5. I think we get enough points here to push that over the number.
I don't know. I think under, maybe over. Who knows? 52.5, probably over. Falcons are so bad, man. So bad. Here's my square play of the day. I like the Ravens against the Eagles. Frickin' the Eagles are a joke, man. They are just a punchline joke. I think that, Super Bowl winning head coaches do get fired, and we're going to see this in Philly. And we're going to see it sooner rather than later. Jeff Lurie has some patience, but he's never been known as ultra patient, right? He's used to better than this. And by this, I mean the charade that the Eagles are this season. Just pathetic. Last week, what they decided to do is they said, all right, we got one guy that can catch the ball in the team. Carson, you just dial into this one guy, just throw it in his general vicinity, and he'll catch it because that's the only thing that you're capable of doing on this football team. The Ravens, not quite the offense that we've seen from them, last year. Lamar Jackson not having the same season that he had last year. The running game, I think, is a little better than it was last year. And I think that Andrews is dropping a lot of passes, and I think that that's making Jackson his numbers look bad. He has a ton of weapons. They're way better than the Eagles. And I think the defense just really hits Carson Wentz hard. We'll find out who the backup of the Eagles is this year, because Carson Wentz, he only makes it through X amount of games, and this might be X. Brian, what do you think?
Well, we're seeing a ton of money come in on the over, but it's dropped about a point, around a point to 2 points here at 46.5, 47. And I kind of really like the under, and I like the Eagles here. Eagles seem like a team that just show up when you least expect it. Ravens have a bye week coming up. How much are they interested in playing the Eagles and kicking their asses? 10 is a lot. Give me the Eagles and 10 at home, and also the under. I'll parlay those two together.
Chris, any commentary on Brian's homer pick?
That's I don't care if the Eagles win or not. But.
I just wonder if this is partially where we might see some Jalen Hurts if Carson Wentz gets rocked a little bit early. But and I'm going to stick with the Ravens here. We've seen the Ravens; they like to beat up on the lesser teams, and Philadelphia's leading their division, but they're also 1-3-1, and I don't have much hope for the Eagles in this one. I think the defense. I think the defense is going to be the story of the day. I think Baltimore chips in some points and covers this one easily.
I agree with you. Said defense is definitely going to be the key to the day. Give me the under 46.5 here. I think we gotta grind it out. Battle going on.
I don't understand this comment. And you charge for picks. It's like, is that because I lost one? It's like, that's what you call just a moron. It's like, what I'll do is I'll just take something totally out of context and just have no basis to back anything up, and I'll just make a comment about it because I'm an idiot. So whoever that is, I can't see who it is because it says Facebook user, but we'll find them. We always do. And we'll block them and ban them and do all those things. But at the same time, it's like, at least, if you're going to say something they're going to get banned for, make it something good, That's what I always say. It's like, if you're going to get thrown out of a game, freaking,
and make it worthwhile.
Yeah, make it worth it. If you're going to get a roughing the passer, pile drive the guy, right? It's like, make it worth it, Don't just make a half-ass troll comment that,
I don't know. I dare somebody to buy my premium NFL picks and fade them today. I wish they would. Try it.
Can't even see these comments. Anyways, we'll find out. Let's see. There we go. Let's hit the mute on this. There we go. Let's see. There it is. Goodbye. All right, we've got. Everyone did this one? The Ravens?
Yeah.
All right. Move on. Got the Texans and the Titans. Brian?
I believe this is right up there with the Browns. Texans is very close to a premium play today. I absolutely love them. You see the betting public loving up on the Titans here, but To me, it's a short week for the Titans. They played on Tuesday. I think they're going to have a little trouble getting together versus a desperate Texans team. I think they played much better last week. Give me the points. Give me the Texans. I think they went outright.
So here it is. So the guy who is listed as Facebook user here with these asshole comments, his name is David Alvarado, and the reason why he's mad is he's got a picture of his kids and they're butt ugly, and that's why he just hates life. He just comes here to just be a miserable, miserable person. He's probably whining little brats. Yeah. Some people just have a bad life, I guess. There's nothing else to do. Wardrobe change there for Brian? Did I miss it?
No, I was writing down the Texans because I wanted to bet them again when I got off the air.
We had the Chargers hat on, and now you got something else.
I got the Cleveland Browns, one of the best free picks today. Take them.
Rod, you give out your Texans, or Chris, you give out your Texans?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Titans here. I know it feels like a trap spot, but I just think the Titans are the far better team here. I just not a fan of this Texans team, and I think the luck's going to run out for Romeo Crennel at some point. I think it could start here. I'm going to lay the points with the Titans in this spot.
Give me the Texans here, plus the 3.5. In what I see easily as a field goal game. Give me the plus 3.5 here. Texans here, plus the 3.5. In what I
Facebook always does that to you. Okay. Got the Colts and the Bengals. No one's been hit harder than Joe Burrow this year. Brian, there's Bengals are
sort of
the public on the Bengals here. Plus the
sort of square here, but I kind of like the Bengals here to keep it within a touchdown. I really like the Colts defense, and I think the Bengals defense is underrated. I think this is a low-scoring field goal type game, so I'm going to take all these points in the Bengals.
Chris?
I'm going to take the over 46. I think we see Joe Burrow at least help the Bengals put some points on the board here. I think we see the best offensive performance this season from Phillip Rivers, so give me the over. I see it's like a 28-20 game.
I think the Eagles can win the NFC East. I think the Giants could win the NFC East, or the Washington football team could win the NFC East. It's only going to take 5 or 6 wins.
Washington and the Giants are just another level bad.
It's potentially could be.
Bad.
There's 7 and 9. 7 and 9 has won a division before and gone to the playoffs. But this could test, the worst record for a division winner in the history of the NFL.
I think the Cowboys are going to step up and win the division. I think Andy Dalton's the cop. I think he'll be able to step in there and lead the Cowboys to some wins. We'll see.
Could 6 and 10 actually win that division?
I think so.
8-8 wins it.
6 and 10 could do it. 7 and 9 definitely. First to 7 is. That could take 2 years. Speaking of the NFC East, Daniel Jones is Custer leading his team into battle here against the Washington football team. This line, major inverse line movement here. I like Alex Smith.
Is Allen quarterback in the Redskins, or is it going to be Alex Smith today?
Let's hope it's Alex Smith. Allen is just. It's like if it's Allen against Daniel Jones, that's an insult. That is like Cutler against Osweiler. That is, that's like, might as well bring Eric Hipple out of retirement if we can do that.
This Redskins-Giants line's down to like around a +1 for the Washington team. I think they're a much better team than the Giants. I think their defense is underrated. I think you're going to see a lot of pressure on Daniel Jones. Turnovers are going to happen. Give me the Redskins here. I think it's a solid pick. Give me the Washington team. I think they're a solid pick.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm still gonna go towards the under here. And even at 42.5, I think it's still way too high. I think this one could struggle to hit 30. I mean, this is being like a 17-13 game. So give me the under.
Rod?
I'm going to go the other way. I like the over. Give me the over 42.5 here. I think they score enough points on offense and defense to push it over that number. I see it like about a 24-21. That puts us over. Give me the over.
So, I like this comment. Why do you keep repeating that you like to bet the games after the fact? For once, please ignore the idiots! Exclamation point. Not worth the airtime. So, does this comment make you an idiot? I think, you know, I mean, this is what I never understand either. It's like people complain about that, yet then they make the comment, right? Which is like even worse. It's like I can't say anything, but you can. I don't think that's the way the world works. I can say what I want. You guys can choose to tune in or tune out, but hopefully, before you tune out, just if you can hit that like button, I'd greatly appreciate it. So if you're watching the show on your phone, like Rod does, that's why he's always texting during the show, and you're watching it on the YouTube app.
Me and Rod are texting each other during the show.
I know you are. I know exactly what you're doing. I know exactly what you're doing. It's like Rod is the king of the he's the male emoji champion. Rod like uses more emojis than a third grade schoolgirl. He loves the
I tried to put one in a write-up and it doesn't work.
He loves the emojis.
I tried. I love the emojis. Emojis are cool. I wish you could design some of your own emojis. That'd be cool. But
so if you go to our show, right, and you're watching it like this, you can see the top chat there. Let's see if we can get focused. There we go. How's that for autofocus? Brought to you by Sony. And you can see now I'm out of focus, right? You click right here on the X, and that will bring you right there. And then you can see where the like buttons are. See, and you hit the like button, and then you click this one right here. It says live chat. It's the third one over, and you'll go right back to the chat. But there you have it. And see what it says right there? Subscribe. Nice. All right. Be sure to smash the like button. Takes you a half a second. Costs you nothing. Helps us a ton. We don't ask for much. The Traded Cheese Puffs. That's how far I'm behind. Jordan Simpson should join our Facebook group.
Cheese Puffs.
Then you can post your... That was from Chris and Tony T. Comment a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. Holy.
Tony T doesn't...
Those are long eaten by now.
So Tony T doesn't talk to the chat because he can't get it to integrate with the software that he's using. So we're at the point where it's like if he can't get that to work, then I need to get him a Mac, you know, and get him on the same software that we use for this show. You vaping over there, Rod?
No, it's
Did you quit smoking?
I did, yeah. Still quit smoking, no smoking.
How long have you gone now?
Since I think I started just before the return of sports. So what's that? Over 3 months now?
Yeah,
almost coming up 4 months.
Rod was a real asshole when he first quit smoking.
Oh, I was. I was snapping on like the lily. Yeah, like, I was like, "What do you mean? What do you mean? There's no cheese?"
Goddamn Bundesliga.
Half time.
What about one more weekend of EPL? Okay, fine. One more weekend, but that's it.
Like, sports is starting in 4 days. It's a little late for the nutty. Where are we? Giants, Redskins, we're all good. Or Giants, Washington football team, Eskimos.
Yep, we're good.
It's impossible for me not to say their team name anymore.
You're the worst at it. You are the worst at it. I'm just saying.
I had to go back and correct one of my write-ups. No.
Yeah, I did. I got one wrong, and I also gave out about 100 winners yesterday. I got one wrong. How many halftimes did we hit in a row before that one? 6? 7? So, yeah, thanks for being a troll. Pointing out the losers when, what about my Georgia Southern pick that I loved, or Kentucky, or Arkansas, Clemson. Whatever, man. Jerk. Matt Wabballs.
Look at the wobballs on that guy.
The balls on that kid. Kid's got some set of balls. Rod, did you give your pick here, Washington Giants?
Yeah, over. I think we're going to see some points here.
All right.
On offense and defense, I think we're going to see some points.
Going to be a shitty game. We got Dolphins and the Jets. I know where Brian's going here. Brian, tell us why you like the Jets so much in this game.
No, I wouldn't say so much. Actually, as far as free picks go, I like the Browns and Texans better. But, the Jets, I think the Dolphins win this game, but I think they do it by a touchdown or less. Jets haven't covered the spread all year. Dolphins off a big win in San Francisco. I think they take a little bit of a stutter step here and struggle to win the game against the Jets here. Give me the points.
I'm gonna take the Dolphins here. I want no part of this New York Jets team. You think that they're just when you think they might actually compete and show up for a division game, they ship out Le'Veon Bell midweek, and they got Joe Flacco under center probably, and this is just a bad look for the Jets. I'm gonna lay the points at the Dolphins for a division game.
Just lost sound there.
I think the Jets still have to pay $5 million of Bell's salary or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
That's a Gase problem, right?
We're gonna pay you $5 million not to play for us.
It's a Gase issue, though. I mean, that's a Gase issue all the way. It's like here's a guy that doesn't get it done. His players obviously hate him. Did you give a pick, Chris? Or are we just gonna sit here and stare at each other?
Yeah. No, I
the
gave
Dolphins.
the Dolphins.
Okay. Thanks for your time, Rod.
For me, I'm going to take the Dolphins and the over. I'm not taking the Jets. I did once and never again. What was I thinking? Yeah, I'd take the Jets.
I like the under here. I don't think the Dolphins are going to score 45 points. I think they might score 42 points, but I don't think they score 45.
They don't need to score 45.
To get the over?
Yeah, the Jets will sneak in 10.
No way.
I think the under is a good pick too. I like the under.
We got Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady. I keep saying Tom Brady's going to look back at this Tampa experience and he's going to say, man, that probably wasn't such a great idea. I like the over in this one, though. I think that the Bucs will get enough penalties to keep it close. What do you think, Brian?
I agree with Mitch here. I think we're going to see a lot of points get scored by both teams. It's going to be an up and down field. Also, Ronald Jones, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Packers are one of the worst teams against the run. So I think he has a big day. Over.
You think he's capable of like a really big day, though? Ronald Jones,
he's on my fantasy team. I've done well with him this season. He's not a stud, but he's a solid back.
Right, he's a solid back, but he's not like a guy that's going to have like a 200-yard day or something, which is what it's going to take, right? to beat
I
Aaron
think he
Rodgers
goes for
this year.
125 today. 130.
Yeah, you need about 100. You need about 200 if it's going to be a back that's going to beat Aaron Rodgers. The only back that it's ever really beat Aaron Rodgers like that is Adrian Peterson when he had that monster year. Remember, they beat him twice.
Or whoever was running for the 49ers in the NFC Championship game last year.
All three of them.
Yeah. I'm going to take the under here. I think it just falls just short of that total. Not by much, but I can see this being like a 28-24, 34-20 kind of game. I just see it falling just short of the number.
Brian's undershirt is bigger than his outer shirt. I think that's the style.
No, I don't. Actually, I think my belly's just getting too big from sitting here.
I think it's the sleeves they're talking about.
See, I got them.
I put on 15 pounds.
Pythons under there.
I put on 15 pounds during the COVID break. I don't know where I'm at now because I've refused to get on the scale. I've been working out like crazy though.
No. See, this is how the shirt's made. It's a white stripe on my sleeve. It's not. I don't have an undershirt on. I thought they were talking about my bulky muscles coming out of my shirt.
All of a sudden, Real American comes on in the background.
Yeah, that's right. I can pop that on real quick, but we might get a copyright infringement.
Yeah, we would.
Did we all give these picks? This one? That's Dolphins. We're all good, right? Oh, Packers, Bucks. Chris?
Yeah, I like the under here.
Okay. That was sweet, short, and to the point.
It's because I already gave out my my thought. I just think it falls just short of the total. I
wasn't listening the first time.
Oh, okay, sorry. I think it's 28-24, 34-20. I think it just falls short.
I'm multitasking over here. I'm trying to do the comments. I'm trying to do customer service on the website, answer emails, as well as I'm having a Slack chat. All at once.
We've had no consensus agreements yet on the entire NFL card. Just an update.
Just an update, eh?
I keep track.
I know. And for me, I got to take the over in this game. I think we get over the 54.5. Both teams back and forth battle. I think we both teams score. Give me the over 54.5.
Okay. Got the Rams and the 49ers Sunday Night Football. I'll be live at halftime of Sunday Night Football. I'll be live at halftime of the early games as well. Brian, I know.
For me, right, this is right up there with Texans and Browns. I think you're getting an awesome deal with the Niners if you can still grab that +3. I think
away from the line movement here. Okay, away from anything that has to do with the line. What have the 49ers done on the field in the last 5 weeks that makes you believe that they can compete with the Rams in this game? I'd love to hear this.
Healthy. I think a lot of positions are getting healthy for him. Debo Samuel. I think Kittle's finally back to 100%. Garoppolo should be better.
But is Garoppolo injured or does he just stink?
We'll see tonight.
What about the defensive line against that Rams running game? I was the one I advised you to take Darrell Henderson as a layup pick in your draft, right? You got him for nothing, right? And now he's nice.
Darrell Henderson struggled a little bit last week. He only averaged, I think, under 3 yards a carry, even though he had 2 touchdown runs, I believe, last week.
Oh,
he's going to lose some carries to Cam Akers this week, from what I can see. But I like the Niners.
If he's losing carries to Cam Akers against that Niners defensive line, it's a good thing for Rams bettors.
Take the points with the Niners tonight. Do yourselves a favor.
Chris?
Oh, wait, I forgot my first touchdown score. George Kittle, first touchdown. Stays out, +850. I'm on for $50.
I'll go with. I'm not good at these first touchdowns, but I'll go with Cup.
Cooper Cup.
I was partially hoping Brian would forget because I don't want to seem like I'm copying him, but I had George Kittle at plus 1,000 as well. That was my first touchdown score.
The reason why he's plus 1,000 is because the chances of the Niners scoring are slim in this game.
That's not true.
Did you see them? Did you see them last week against the Dolphins? Did you see that game?
That was last week against the Dolphins. This
did you see them against Ryan Fitzpatrick?
The NFL don't look the same from one week to the next.
Well, they did, because did you see them against the Eagles the week before that? So they actually have.
We'll see. We'll see. Rams aren't some super team. Neither is Goff. So I mean, we'll see.
Chris, what'd you have for dinner last night?
Soup and we made biscuits as well.
So soup was dinner? What kind of soup was this?
It was just like this thick. It was just like chicken soup with rice and.
Like how big of a bowl? Like if you're having soup for dinner, like how big is the portion here?
Fairly decent sized bowl, about how big?
You throw some crackers in there, or you just?
No, that's what the biscuits were for.
So biscuits instead of crackers. How many biscuits did you pound down with that bowl of soup?
2.
Half a dozen?
2.
I'd be good for half a dozen.
2 or maybe 3.
Lobster biscuit.
The odd thing is, I'm not a big guy, and I generally don't run heavy. This is about as heavy as I run. Well, I haven't weighed myself, so I might be actually a little lighter than the heaviest I run. But I can Kobayashi, man. I can seriously Kobayashi. I can eat like an entire pizza, no problem.
Did you used to out-eat your former business partner when you guys
all
went
the time. All the time. No problem. I can seriously Kobayashi.
You wouldn't think that looking at the two of you.
Yeah, I know. I could seriously Kobayashi. Like no one's business. I can go to a buffet, and it's like they turn the lights out and pretend they're closed.
Rich and I agreed when we met in Vegas. We said next time we do this, we're going to a buffet.
Yeah. Like, I can
peppermint rhino.
Oh, I can make a day out of it. Actually, I don't love the Vegas buffets. The Wynn buffet used to be really good, but it's kind of slipped a little bit. I think the post-COVID buffets are going to be.
Yeah, I don't trust buffets, man. I don't want everybody's spoons in my. You see people eating out of the buffet. You walk up and they grab something out and put it in their mouth. Yeah, it's okay.
So, anyways, I get a lot of. I just got a member request from a guy that's requested to be a member of our Facebook group, probably 10 times, and I've rejected him about 10 times. And the reason why you would get rejected, here are the reasons why you would be rejected from the Facebook group. Usually if I reject someone enough times, at least they message me and they say, why do you keep rejecting me? I mean, that's what normally happens if you really want to be part of the group. But if you don't have a profile picture and a real profile, like with real activity and friends and all that kind of stuff, like a real person, you're not going to be coming in our group. You'll not be in our group. And Rod knows this. He knows this. And if you're a handicapper or have like the Iceman wanted to come in our group, it's like, no, I'm not letting the Iceman in there. No one wants your minus 400 picks. Nobody. You want a Dolphins money line pick? You go buy the Iceman's. That's what he's got, I'm sure. He's probably got Ravens, Dolphins money line.
Well, no, instead of laying the 3 points in the Rams-Niners, he'll take the Rams minus the 150 or whatever.
No, it's shameless. Minus 450. Shameless, man. Shameless.
Yeah, for the total for this one, I'm going to go under the number for Rams and the 49ers. I think it's another game that comes close to the total, but doesn't get over it. I think it's do all their score in the first 3 quarters, and the bottom or the last quarters just trying to keep the other team out of the end zone. Bunch of defense.
Rod?
Yeah, I like the under as well. This division battle always seems to end with 3-point difference, 24-21. 24-21 sounds good to me. Give me the under.
All right. That brings us to Game 7 of the NLCS. Dodgers, Braves. What are you guys thinking?
I gave out the Braves every single day. No reason to break precedents. Tons of people on the Dodgers as the norm. I think the Braves get it done tonight. They better get it done tonight. Also, yeah, Braves tonight.
Chris? Yeah, I'm on the Braves as well. I wish we were getting a little bit more plus money for it, but I think the Braves realized what they've allowed the Dodgers to do, and they slammed the door shut here behind Anderson. So, give me the Atlanta.
Rod?
I like the under. Take the under 8. I think we got a tight battle here. Game 7.
I like the under too, but I'm actually I know this is against everything I believe in, but I'm leaning towards the Dodgers here.
Oh no. Al Nino's on the Monday show. He'll be in rare form if the Dodgers win.
Only if the Dodgers win, I'm going to need the Kershaw shirt from yeah, I need the. I'm sorry, Al. I need the Kershaw shirt. All right. Anyone got any parlays for us?
I do.
All right.
Oh, Brian.
Or exotics. Okay. Well, Chris is normally first on the parlay, so
that's all right. Let Brian go.
All right. So I'm so excited. I'm jumping out of my seat. Take the Texans money line, the Browns money line, and the Niners money line. $50 on that, you'll have a nice payday.
Chris?
Let's go. Let's go Cleveland money line. Packers and Lions with the points.
Rod?
For me, take Texas plus 3.5. Take Washington and the Giants over 42.5. And take the Steelers -3. Give me my birdcage. And take Woods. Take Woods to score the first touchdown in the Browns and 49ers.
When you said Woods, I thought Tiger Woods.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I
thought you were giving out a golf prop.
No, that's not till November. It's November. Golf's coming up at the Masters. Very weird. It's like November. The Masters coming up. What?
First thing I'm gonna say is take the Ravens. Okay. Take the point spread, push it up to -16.5. Do yourself a favor. Get plus 170 on your money. That's what I did. Now, that's the first thing you want to do. Okay. Run, don't walk. Okay. It's a straight layup. If you could find a prop on Carson Wentz not finishing the game, hit it hard. Extremely hard. I would say also, for some parlay action, you want to take the Ravens and overlay them on all of your parlays. It's a free pick. I like the Ravens with the Ravens and the Ravens, along with all my good picks are the premium picks, with the Lions and the Bears on the money line. So there you have it.
That's a lot of exposure with the Ravens.
Yeah. It's a layup, and I'm embarrassed that I didn't put it as a premium pick.
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh, I know. You also didn't know about the Jets, and how bad they were the last 2 weeks. So I'm not surprised. Mitch is so mean to Brian.
That's all right. Jets are gonna cover today.
Brian, I'm so bad.
Jets.
I don't know how you guys work with me. I don't know how you guys do it. Mitch is the worst. I know.
I'll tell you what.
It's like,
I want to see you in full Jets garb if the Jets cover today.
no way. I don't own full Jets garb.
Oh, damn it.
But actually, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday is Halloween, and I will wear my costume. That I've same one I wore last year, but
I got to figure out what costume I'm wearing.
I'm the same thing every year.
I might dress up as Dave Koken.
I'm a shark. I wear a shark every year.
I'll find a square sombrero.
Oh, no, you're Vito. You got to be Vito.
Donde está Brian Square Sombrero?
And Rod's dressing up with a blonde wig, so we know where he's going with that.
Good luck with that.
Overbite.
Good luck with that.
No,
I ain't finding no blonde wig around here.
I'll mail you one.
I own a blonde wig. I'll mail it to you.
It's not going to make it here by Halloween, man.
Expedite.
It definitely won't make it here by Halloween.
Brian laughs, but he doesn't laugh like Chris, Rod, and I laugh.
Well, I rarely laugh. I'm a serious guy. I'm thinking about winning all the time. So if I laugh, it's something that I like. Thinking of Rod in a blonde wig makes me laugh.
No, you don't laugh because you work with me, and I'm so mean to you, and I've made you sad.
Maybe hurt my feelings.
Not to be a jerk, but you suck balls. It's like that's like the YouTube comments I get. And people are like, you should just not pay attention to him. Not to be a jerk or anything, but you really suck balls at this. It's like, thanks.
Do the Jets have a fight song? I gotta look it up. I might be singing their fight song.
No, the Jets do not have a fight song. They have Fireman Bill.
Oh, okay.
I'll do it for you. I'll be Fireman Bill. That's what they have. You didn't even do it. Yeah.
Cleveland Brown. Oh, I can't wait for today's football card. I don't know. Me and Rod have to contact each other after the show about the Cleveland Browns and Steelers.
Oh, it's Fireman Ed.
Yeah, Fireman Bill is Jim Carrey's character on In Living Color. That's what you're thinking of.
When choosing a college, where do you belong?
I was gonna try and find Fireman Ed here on YouTube.
I'm going to
Let's go!
There he is. Jets.
Let's go!
Getting fired up.
Fireman Ed. Yep. I've sat, like the first Jets game I ever went to, I sat like 3 rows away from him. I had no idea who he was. It was like, oh man. I always went, when I lived in New York, I always went to the Jets-Dolphins games. Always.
Dolphins win 12-9 today. 12-9. There you go. That's my prediction.
We know the Miami Dolphins.
In a real crap game.
12-9.
Bear down, Chicago Bear.
I think that hat's a little tight on your head.
Anyone else got anything they want to say? Any audience questions here?
Don't forget to pick up all of our packages. NFL 5-pack today.
Anyone out there got any questions? We're gonna do a little Q&A. We got time. I finished. We're an hour ahead of kickoff. Who can believe that?
I don't know. I'm hungry.
All right. I'll be here at halftime of the early games. Generally, if there's one game that's way fast, and especially if it's one of the crappy games, I will come through like maybe halfway through the halftime of that one. And then generally, though, they're all about the same time of the early games. And we have a lot of early games today. So I'll be back for halftime. Hopefully we're better than we were with the Georgia one yesterday. But I'd been on kind of my NFL halftimes. I'm on a heater. I can do the handicapper play. I'm 8-6 on my NFL halftimes. Forget about it. Yesterday.
Promises made, promises kept.
Stu Feiner.
Eagles win at halftime today when you go on the air one. Eagles will be up.
Do yourself a favor. Bet the farm on the Ravens.
I like those guys. I don't know. I like the commercials that they used to have.
Who?
What the? Stu Feiner.
I don't know. Oh, Jim Feist, those guys?
Yeah, I like the old time. Even our, I like their old commercials. You can look them up on YouTube, some of those guys. Oh.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. It was another fun show. We'll see you. I'll see you at halftime. And, of course, we'll try and act more professional tomorrow. Have a great day.
Have a good day.
Yeah.